Yeah, students. Anyone done first question?
Sir, minus 2 by 25 minus 11i by 25.
1 second. I'm writing the answer. Minus 2 by 25 minus 11i by 2. Super. This is the right answer. So simplification is the key here. So they are asking the conjugate complex number. First simplify the complex number into x plus iy form. Then automatically you can able to do this one easy. Yeah. So just who is not yet completed the first one, go. I'm going to solve here. Please look into this. Rest of the people can follow the second question. The first question is who can solve like this. The given data is asking conjugate complex number. Z is equal to 2 minus I by 1 minus 2i whole square. He's asking Z bar. That is a conjugate complex number. So if I'm expanding 2 minus I by in the denominator 1 plus 2i whole square minus 4i square. Sorry, 4i. This will be 2 minus I. So 1 minus 2i whole square. So 2i, that is 1 minus 4 minus 4i. So finally I'm getting 2 minus I by 1 minus 4 is minus 3 minus 4i. If I'm multiplying this one with 3 minus 4i. So minus 3 plus 4i. Minus 3 plus 4i. So I will get in the denominator it is 25. In the denominator it is 25. In the numerator it is how much? 2 into minus 3 is minus 6 plus 8i minus of minus plus 3i minus 4i square. This will be 2 minus 2 plus 11i. Minus 2 plus 11i divided by 25. So the conjugate of this one is minus 2 by 25 minus 11i by 25. So Z bar is equal to minus 2 by 25 minus 11i by 25. So this is the conjugate complex number of given number. Anyone got the second question? Students?
Minus I.
The answer is minus I. Anyone can give the clue for this, how to solve? Students, this is the first question. How to solve the second question? Who got the answer for second question?
Sir Raghav.
Raghav, yes. What strategy you used here?
Sir, basically I plus I square plus I cube plus I to the power 4 is 0.
Correct.
Yes, sir. But in this question, they didn't mention I.
So the shortcut is what you said.
Minus I plus I we can take like that.
Minus I plus I power 1, I power 2, I power 3, I power 4. This 4 values is 0. From I
Yes,
power
sir.
5, I power 8, 0. Like it is multiples of 8. So 4000 is multiples of 4. Every 4 comes. So I power 4000. Up to here it is 0. So the answer is minus I. This is one strategy. This is one strategy. So conceptually how I can do. Suppose the same question is giving for 3 marks. So this strategy we can apply, but in a better, always the strategy will work or will not work, we don't know. But how we can do in a different way, the same question. This is I power 4000. See, each and every term is greater than 2. So I'm taking I square is common. If I'm taking I square common, what I will get, guys?
I plus I square plus I cube.
1
Yes, sir.
plus what I will get here?
I.
1 plus I. Next is
I square.
I square. Next one?
I cube.
I cube. And so on. I power 3999. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Sir, isn't it 3 power 998?
998, correct. Yeah, just hold it. This process I will explain after Argon diagram. Just hold it. As of now, you just go previous method. This method, another method is there. I will explain after completion of the complex numbers. As of now, you hold it. So what about the question number 3? Anyone got the question number 3? Question number 3.
Sir, I know how to do, sir, but I didn't get the answers.
Didn't get the answer. So just give me the
Yes, sir.
how you start.
Sir, we basically have to cube on both sides.
Okay. A plus by cube on both sides will give x plus iy is equals a plus ib whole cube. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next. Expand. A cube plus a plus b whole cube formula. A cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. So this will be a cube plus I into 3a square b. This will be minus 3ab square. I cube is minus ib. Will you agree with me, everyone? This expansion. This will be a cube. What is the real part we will get? A cube minus 3ab
square
plus, if I am taking I common, 3a square b minus b cube.
Yes, sir. Now we can equate value of x to the real part and y to the imaginary part.
If two complex numbers are equal, its real part must be equal to real part of the left side. So, real part of LHS will be equal to a real part of RHS. So, x is equal to a cube minus 3ab square divided with a on both sides. So I will get my x by a will be equal to a square minus 3b square. This is my first equation. Same as imaginary part of LHS must be equal to imaginary part of RHS. So y is equal to 3a square b minus b cube dividing with b will use y by b will be equal to 3a square minus b square. If I am adding both the things, what I will get? Add 1 and 2. That is your requirement.
0. It's not 0, 7.
X by a plus y by b is equal to a square minus 3b square plus 3a square minus b square. So what is the answer? A 4a square minus 4b square. The answer is 4 of a square minus b square. This is how we can able to solve this question. Hope you are clear with these 3 questions how to do. Students, are you clear? Shall I go for the next question?
Yes, sir.
Guys, is everyone clear? Amsini?
Yes, sir.
Kitano? Madhumita?
Yes, sir.
Arvind? Find the modulus of 1 plus 7i divided by 2 minus I whole square. 1 plus 7i divided by 2 minus I whole square. Find the modulus.
Sir, is it 50 by 13?
50 by
13.
13.
13. 1.
We'll wait for others. What is the simplest form you got, man?
Sir, 1 plus 7i divided by minus 3 minus 2i.
1 plus, how minus 3?
4 plus
1 plus
4, okay, sir. Plus 3.
2 minus I whole square. This will be 1 plus 7i divided by 2 square minus 2 into I plus I square. This will be 1 plus 7i divided by 4 minus 4i minus 1. 1 plus 7i divided by 3 minus 4i.
Sir, is it 2?
Which one?
50 by
What's your doubt?
25.
Sorry?
50 by 25.
50 by
25.
25. What is the answer? 50 by 25 means
2.
2. Let's see whether you are getting 2 or not. 1 plus 7i into 3 plus 4i divided by 3 minus 4i into 3 minus 4i. So this will give us 1 into 3 is 3, 1 into 4i is 4i, plus 7i into 3 is 21i, plus 7 into 4 is 28i square divided by 3 square plus 4 square. This will be 3 minus 28 plus 25i divided by 25 minus 25 plus 25i by 25. So minus 1 plus I.
Minus 1 plus I.
Minus 1 plus I. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So modulus is equal to minus 1 whole square plus 1 whole square. There is a square root of imaginary plus real part plus imaginary part. So this will be root 2. I got root 2, man.
Sir, instead of doing like this,
Hmm.
we can find modulus of 1 plus 7i
Hmm.
and modulus of 3 minus 4i, and then we can club it, right?
So what is the modulus of 1 plus 7i?
It would be 1 square plus 7 square.
1 plus 2. It's not under the root. Sorry guys, it's my mistake. So it's 2. If you are able to remember, because modulus of Z1 by modulus of Z2 will be equal to mod of Z1 by Z2. Correct? If you are able to remember this property, you can use straight
Yes,
away.
sir. I
It's
use
one of the
that
simplest.
property.
Here itself, 1 plus 49 divided by 1 plus 9 plus 16 modulus. This is 50 by 25, 2. So that depends upon how you can remember. Yes, that is also one shortest way to find out. But this is a general method without remembering any formulas. Shall I go for one more question? Students, please respond.
Sir.
Find the modulus of root 3 plus I divided by 1 plus I into 1 plus root 3I. As he said, you can use this one. The modulus of Z1 by Z2 we can be written as mod of Z1 by mod of Z2. So we will get a little bit shortest time we will get the answer. So what is the simplest form of numerator? Root 3 plus I. So the modulus of root 3 plus I is 3 plus 1. So that is 4.
Sir, here we can again find modulus of 1 plus 1 and then modulus of 1 plus root 3I, and we can multiply them.
Yes, mod of Z1 into Z2 can be written as mod of Z1 into mod of Z2.
Okay, sir.
So 1 plus 1, 1 plus 3. This is 2 into 4, that is 8. So the answer is 4 by 8, answer is 1 by 2.
Yes, sir.
The answer is 1 by 2. Simplest way. Yeah. So using the same method, if they are giving MCQs, this is one of the easiest method. Or you mention, I am using these principle, these properties of the modulus. If theta is real, find the modulus of 1 by 1 plus cos theta plus I sin theta. Same as your Z1 is equal to 1 plus 0I, whose modulus is 1. Your Z2 is equal to 1 plus cos theta plus I sin theta, whose modulus of Z2 is 1 plus cos theta whole square plus sin square theta. So take this ratio and simplify and let me know what is your answer. Simplest answer. The simplest answer. The options are like this: half secant theta by 2. The second option is half cos theta by 2. The third option is secant theta by 2. The fourth option is cos theta by 2. Yes. Anyone got the answer? What is the option? Anyone got the answer, students? Please respond. Madhumita,
Sir, do we have to use any transformation formula here?
why? Is it required? See, modulus of Z1 is 1. What is the modulus of Z2? 1 plus how much? 2 cos theta plus cos square theta plus sin square theta. This will be 2. This whole thing is 1. So what I will get? 2 plus 2 cos theta. If I'm taking 2 common, 2 plus 1 cos theta. What is the simplest form of 1 plus cos theta? 1 plus cos theta, how to write? What is the simplest form of 1 plus cos theta? Is it 2 cos square theta by 2 or not?
Yes, sir, it is.
Because cos 2 theta is equals cos square theta minus sin square theta, or we can write as 2 cos square theta minus 1, or one minus 2 sin square theta. If I am taking this relation with half angles, I will get cos theta is equal to 2 cos square theta by 2 minus 1. From here, 1 plus cos theta can be written as 2 cos square theta by 2. So what I will get here?
Two cos square theta.
So this will be again 2 cos square theta by 2. 2 cos square theta by 2. Then how it related to my options? But options are pretty different. How I can relate to options? Yes, please. How I can relate to answers? So I'm getting modulus of Z is 1 and 1 by what I'm getting? Modulus of Z1 by modulus of Z2, I'm getting 1 by 4 cos square theta by 2. So how you will solve this question? With what options you can use here? Half secant theta by 2, half cos theta by 2, secant theta by 2, and cos theta by 2. I'm using this property. How you can use this? Students, please respond. What is your answer?
Sir, can we write cos square theta by 2 as 1 by secant square into theta by 2?
Sorry?
Can we write cos square theta by 2 as 1 by secant square into theta by 2.
1 by secant square theta by 2. One by how secant square theta by 2? This is 1 by 4. I can get secant square theta by 2.
Yes, sir.
How will you get? The answer is half secant by 2 is the answer. How will you relate your answer in this case?
Sir, should we square root it?
Sorry?
Should we square root it?
Is modulus of z is root of x square plus y square or x square plus y square?
Root of x square plus y.
So, what is your answer then finally?
1 by 2 secant theta by 2.
But in previous case, we didn't do.
Sir,
So,
that
keep
means last sum it should be 1 by root 2, sir.
Yes, last sum it should be not 1 by root 2. Ma. It is 50 by 25 under the root. It is root 2.
No, sir, not that sum, sir.
Sir, that sum we did, sir.
Okay, leave it. This will be then. What is your answer? Of secant. Sorry, this one. Secant theta
By 2.
So one more last question like this. Little bit related to complex kind of question only. If Z1 and Z2 are conjugate complex numbers, what is the meaning of conjugate complex numbers? Z1 and Z2 are conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other. What is its meaning, guys? What is the meaning of conjugate complex numbers? If
Z1 is A plus IB, then Z2 is A minus IB.
No, that's not exact definition.
So the sum of both the complex number will give two real numbers.
So Z1 is equal to A plus IB and Z2 is equal to A minus IB. So Z1 plus, when I can say Z2 is a conjugate complex each other, the product, madam, sorry, the product, what is the meaning of product? If I'm doing a product, what will happen? Sum also, you can say only real part will be there. Even product also, what will you get?
Only real part.
Only real part. Then what is the solution of X? Find the solution of X if Z1 and Z2 are conjugate to each other. Simple question. It's my just simple question. If Z1 and Z2 are conjugate to each other, then what is the solution of X? I think question you are clear. Are you clear with the question? After this, I am going to discuss quadratic equations. The definition of the conjugate complex number is the sum and product of two complex numbers are pure real. The sum and product of two complex numbers is a pure real. Or imaginary part is 0. Imaginary part is 0. Then those two complex numbers are called conjugate. Those two complex numbers are conjugate to each other. Those two complex numbers are conjugate to each other. With the help of, you can take anything and you can solve. Yes, Z1 plus Z2 is equal to sin x plus cos x.
So no value of x, it will be conjugate.
Cos 2x minus sin 2x. Or you can take Z1 into Z2 where imaginary part should be 0. So imaginary part should be 0. Why? How you can say no complex number is conjugate? How you can say, man? So
Sir,
to make
now
it
cos 2x.
Now
cos 2x should be equal to sin 2x, which is not possible, right?
Cos 2x is equal to sin 2x. Why it is not possible? That is 1 is equal to tan 2x. If 2x is pi by 4, then it is possible only, no? If 2x is pi by 4, that is possible only, no? X is equal to pi by 8. I'm talking, if you take x is equal to pi by 8, then my sin 2x, cos 2x, both are coming as 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 only, no? Why it is not possible? There is a situation, cos and sin will be both are same. At pi by 4, it is same.
Sir, cos and sin of a same angle cannot be equal, right?
How, man? What is the cos 45?
Oh, okay, sir. Yes, sir. That is the
Sin
only
45.
case. Yes. Okay,
and what is the cos 180 plus 45? Sin 180 plus 45. Tell me the answer. So my solution I'm giving, so if I'm having two algebraic expressions, it will be little tough to calculate. So what I am doing is I'm making into a single trigonometric ratio. So what I'm doing, so dividing everything with cos 2x, this is also cos 2x. So I will get 1 is equal to tan 2x. This is like tan 2x will be equal to tan pi by 4. So use the tan theta is equal to tan alpha. Find out the general solution of theta here. Like this, the general solution of 2x will be equal to your answer. When you are getting tan theta is equal to tan alpha in first quadrant and third quadrant. So 0 plus pi by 4, pi plus pi by 4. Like that you can think over it and let me know what is the final answer. What is the answer?
Sir, n pi plus pi by 4.
N pi plus pi by 4 is the general solution of 2x or x?
2x only.
If 2x, then what is the general solution of x here? The solution of x is n pi by 2 plus pi by 8. N pi by 2 plus pi by 8. If I'm taking pi common, I will get n by 2 plus 1 by 8. Where n belongs to an integer. Where n belongs to an integer. Is it clear, guys? What I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next one. Come to the quadratic equations concept. It's very simple, but you can extend this topic to any level for JEE purpose or anything. There is no limit for this topic, but board point of view, we are having very small. So we know if ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, I can call as a quadratic equation if A should not be equal to 0, then this expression is a quadratic equation. According to algebra, the number of solutions of this quadratic equation is how many?
2.
Number of solutions of quadratic equation is its index. Its index means it's 2. So we know from our previous class, the solutions are minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This b square minus 4ac is called discriminant of the quadratic equations. The nature of the discriminant will explain the sign of the discriminant. The sign of the discriminant will explain nature of roots. In grade 10, we will tell whether the roots are exist or not. But here we won't talk about roots are exist or not. Now we are discussing the complex numbers. Now any situation, whether delta is equal to 0, whether delta is positive, whether delta is negative, the roots are exist here. If delta is equal to 0 and positive, the roots are real. If the delta is negative, the roots are complex. Complex and conjugate to each other. Simple. With this, we can extend to any level. So, with the help of this concept and with the help of the quadratic expressions, we can able to solve where there is no real roots exist. Graphically, what is its meaning, we will discuss later. First, we have to know how to solve the quadratic equation with complex roots. X square plus 2 is equal to 0. Solve. Now, with the help of this one, I can solve x square is equal to minus 2. From here, x is equal to root of minus 2. This will be plus or minus root of minus 2. So, x will be equal to plus or minus root of minus 1 into root 2. This will be plus or minus I root 2. So, the roots are 0 plus I root 2, 0 minus I root 2. So, this is how we can discuss the two roots of the given quadratic equation. Even though the real roots are not exist, we can able to discuss and what is its shape in imaginary plane. Also, we can able to discuss after completion of Argonne diagrams and mod argument form. All those things we can discuss after discussion of the quadratic expressions. Is it clear how to explain the non-real roots of a quadratic equations and why it is conjugate complex number? If I'm asking if a plus b, ib is one root, a plus minus ib is also compulsory. It's a root of the quadratic equation. Suppose if I'm taking there is an expression ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. The roots are, if the delta is negative, that means b square minus 4ac is less than 0. From here 4ac minus b square is greater than 0. I can write like this. So the roots are minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This can be written as minus b plus or minus root minus 1 into root of 4ac minus b square by 2a. So this is minus b plus or minus I root 4ac minus b square by 2a. So I am getting one root is minus b plus I into b square minus 4ac by 2a, and second root is its conjugate only, minus b minus I root, this is 4ac minus b square. This is a general proof how I can explain if the roots are irrational or if the roots are complex, how I can say both the roots are conjugate to each other. This is a simple proof for any real values of a, b, c. I can say these are the roots of a quadratic equation is always conjugate to each other. Is it clear, guys? How to prove the roots of a complex number is always the roots of a If the discriminant is negative, if a quadratic equation doesn't have any real roots, how I can say both the roots are conjugate to each other? Students, are you clear?
Why did you include a root of -1?
Yeah, because I already know I am giving delta is negative. If delta is negative means if I'm taking minus common, how I will get? It is 4ac minus b square to represent the roots, to prove the roots are conjugate to each other. I'm representing the roots are in complex form. So to represent the roots should be in complex form, I took minus out because I already defined the delta is negative here. Is it clear what I'm saying?
Sir, delta is positive, right?
No, delta is negative.
4ac minus b square is positive, right?
Yeah, 4ac minus b square is positive, but what is actual roots? What is actual root? How we will get? How I can transform b square minus 4ac is as 4ac minus b square? If I'm taking -1, then only see b square minus 4ac, how to write as 4ac minus b square? -1 into 4ac minus b square now.
Okay, sir. Get it now. Yes.
So to represent, to prove the roots are complex conjugate to each other. That's the reason I took the definition of the delta and as well as, and I am representing the roots in the form of I. Then only I can say, I can explain by seeing the roots, I can say whether it is conjugate or not. Hope you are clear. Shall I go for some numericals? The numericals are very simple. Just solve each of the following equations. Simple. Solve each of the following equations. That's only our concept here. Little bit extra numericals within the NCERT level I will discuss in next class after finishing up this exercise. What kind of questions having scope of the questions if I am going a little bit higher level, but for board point of view I never saw anyone will go higher level, but we'll discuss. So the first question, x square plus 3, which already discussed with x square plus 2. This will be x square is equal to -3. From here x is equal to plus or minus root of -3. This is plus or minus I root 3. So the roots are 0 plus I root 3, 0 minus I root 3. So complex roots. So when it comes to second equation, 2x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. B square minus 4ac is equal to how much? 1 square minus 4 into 2 into 1. This will be 1 minus 8 minus 7. Minus 7. So if I am taking the roots are minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is minus 1 plus or minus root of minus 7 divided by 2 into 2. So minus 1 plus or minus I root 7 by 4. So the roots are minus 1 plus I root 7 by 4. Minus 1 minus I root 7 by 4. This is how, using the complex number concept, we can able to solve the roots of these different equations. The same pattern. Here we are not going to use any splitting the middle term or completing the square and all. Just we will use the formula and straight away we are substituting the values and we will explain. Just we will show the roots are complex. Might be sometimes to confuse us, they may give a real roots also. That we can't say that by seeing the discriminant only we can able to say. So that's the reason each and every time I'm starting with the discriminant. So x square plus 3x plus 9. The delta is b square minus 4ac. That is 3 square minus 4 into 1 into 9. 9 minus 36. That is minus 27. So if I'm writing the roots are minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This will be minus 3 plus or minus root of minus 27 by 2 into 1. This is minus 3 plus or minus I root 27 by 2. So minus 3 plus or minus I 3 root 3 by 2. So the roots are minus 3 by 2. If I'm taking common, if I'm taking minus 3 by 2 common, 1 plus or minus I root 3. So it is a little bit simplest form. 1 plus I root 3 minus 3 by 2, 1 minus I root 3. This is how we can discuss the roots of the quadratic equation where the discriminant is negative or where non-real roots are exist. So shall you can try all the rest of the questions. Shall we meet with the rest of the questions tomorrow, students?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, usually if the discriminant is positive, only if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, the roots are equal, right?
Correct.
Yes, sir. If it is greater than 0, then the roots are not equal and they are different too, but they are positive.
Either rational or either irrational.
Yes, sir. Then why in case of complex numbers, the numbers are conjugate of each other, the roots?
Even in real roots also, if it is irrational, it is conjugate rational numbers only, irrational.
So can you give some example?
It's very simple to say. Yeah, if I want to give some example, if I'm taking an equation 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3 as the roots. If I know the roots, if alpha comma beta are the roots of the equation, what is that quadratic equation? X square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm taking x square minus alpha plus beta is how much here? 4x plus alpha into beta is how much here? 4 minus
1.
3. 1. So x square minus 4x plus 1. Now, if I'm giving this equation and I'm asking you to solve x square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0, find the roots. What is the discriminant here? B square minus 4ac. That is minus 4 whole square minus 4 into 1 into 1. Correct? How much? 16 minus 4. This is root 12. Root 12 means how much? 2 root 3.
2 root 3.
So the answer is minus b plus or minus square root of 12 divided by 2a. That is minus of minus plus 4 plus or minus 2 root 3 by 2. So 2 times 2 1 times. This is 2 plus root 3 comma 2 minus root 3. Got it what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I will tell one thing. Why it is conjugate? Why it should not be conjugate? See, if I'm taking x square minus 4x plus 1, there is a relation. If alpha comma beta are the roots, my sum of the roots are minus b by a. The product of the roots are c by a. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Relation. So here the coefficients are not always irrational. Even though the roots are irrational, the coefficients are real. Am I right? When
Yes, sir.
the sum of two numbers is real, unless until see, this is the sum of the roots, this is the product of the roots. The sum and product should be real, then only we'll get the coefficients are real. If sum and product is not real, it is completely violating the definition of the quadratic equation. Will you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So that is a one more logic in mathematics. By nature, it came like that. Whether it is irrational or whether it is complex roots, it's conjugate to each other to satisfy the definition of the quadratic equation. Unless until we can't define the quadratic equation properly in case of complex roots. Because in case of irrational, might be it is having the coefficients are irrational, might be root 3 is root of some numbers. But in case of, I can't keep ix because I is not a real. So quadratic equation is coefficients are real, we will define in the initially. The coefficients are not real, then that is a different concept. So to make the sum and product should be real, it should be conjugate, then only we will get. Or in the process of calculations, we are getting always conjugate. That is a proof I already showed here. Why it is always conjugate. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we can go to any extent level. I already told you this is one topic, and conic sections is also one more topic. There are many topics, and permutations and combinations, binomial theorem. What other thing in the textbook is only the 10% applications. You can extend this topic if you move in IIT or some other Olympiad exams. You can extend this topic to any level. So that's your wish, how we are moving, how we are practicing. But our primary motto is practicing for NCERT level, at least for JEE mains level, to attend any other entrances if you are interested. That is our main target. Yeah. So anyone having any doubt, please let me know. Almost all many people left. Or we can wind up the session. Please, guys, anyone having any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
Yeah. We'll meet in next class. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.